All right, so last night I was up listing, watching some Gossip Girl, and I, for some reason, decided to go check my email, and I noticed there was an email from a thrift store, and I was like, oh, I didn't realize I got emails from this thrift store. So I opened it, and the store is closing. I went thrifting yesterday for half a day, and I had no intention of going out today. But I'm in Studio City. There is a thrift store that's called Council Thrifts. I honestly haven't been here in probably maybe almost 2 years. Their prices are a little high. Now, if I was shopping for myself, it would be awesome. They've got a lot of good brands, or they did when I went. And if it's a really great item, it would be worth the prices. But I like to buy in larger quantities and like to pick up things that might only sell for $20 or $25. So stores that are marked up a little bit, I tend to avoid, but everything is $3 or less, and the sale starts today, and it goes, I think, until April 18th. So I'm here, I'm in a parking garage, and I'm gonna stay. I've got a couple bags here. I didn't bring my big bags, and I don't think they have shopping carts, if I remember correctly. So it might be a little chaotic, but I also want to take you inside possibly. The store's closing, so if you're in LA, this won't be open much more than a couple more weeks. But if you do watch this and you are in LA, I think the sale goes until April 18th. So definitely come on down. Sound like I'm like selling the store, but let's see what we can find. Well, I may have gotten here a little too early. So I was 30 minutes before the store opened, partly because I wasn't sure how busy it was going to be. And also I have to drive about 2 hours to get here. So I kind of was just looking around. This is one of my favorite parts of LA. This is Studio City, and this street just has a lot of cool shops like Lululemon and Madewell, and also some really great restaurants. It was beautiful weather, so I didn't mind being outside. But if you can see here, they had these 50% off the entire store signs, and it definitely made me really nervous because I wasn't aware they were having a 50% off sale, and I was worried that maybe it was picked over. But they were changing the signs inside to say $3 off, or $3 for each item. And the racks looked pretty full. So I was kind of optimistic I would at least be able to find a few good things. But walking inside, there is a back door, and they apparently opened that first. And here you can see this woman already in 2 seconds holding lots of items. She was with her daughter, and I immediately felt stressed, thinking, oh my gosh, they're gonna take all the good stuff. Now, I will say they were not resellers. I could hear them talk, and it was very clear to me that they were shopping for themselves and friends and that type of stuff. But I am just looking through the sweaters. I am not going slow because I was just trying to grab as much as possible. I also have no shopping cart, so the camera moves a little bit while I'm trying to put things on my arm. And I do have a couple small bags, but I forgot my own personal little shopping cart and my larger bags because it was a very last minute decision to come to LA on this specific day. And usually I'm a little bit better planned, but here we are just sorting through. It's not really to show, it's just mostly a lot of the same brands that I think most of us see in thrift stores. I pass on 99% of the stuff that I go through, and it's just labels do matter, and then kind of taking a look at items if the label is intriguing. I don't look up too many items, not because I don't think it's important, but because there are very few items that I haven't come across. And so, that's an Anthropologie sweater. Okay, I'll throw that in my arms for $3. If it's in good condition, when I do a check later, it might be worthwhile to pick up. But this is just how I kind of go through racks. And in a second here, I am going to sort through my stuff, show you a few things that I did actually grab and I'm going to leave behind. And then at the end of this video, I will show you the 29 items that I picked up. Most were actually pretty good finds, a lot of bread and butter, Anthropologie, Free People, and a couple better finds that I was pleasantly surprised by. So let's keep shopping. So after about an hour of filling my 2 bags, I decided to find a corner and try and sort through my stuff and quickly look over it to see if I could find any flawed items. This is a pretty common practice for me just in general, and I don't do a really strong look at everything. I just kind of, are there any major stains? Are there any major snags? And if I can't spot it, I usually take it. Now, if it's something that's at a store and it's marked up and it's not a Goodwill, meaning I can't exchange it, I might do a better inspection. But this store, everything was $3. So I kind of just was quickly going through. Also, I was in the way a little bit because there was a rack that I was throwing my stuff on, and I was definitely a little worried that maybe some people, like right here, that I kind of had to move my stuff a little bit so they could actually look at the rack. So it's always a little stressful to film and sort and do everything in a thrift store, but most people are pretty understanding. All right, here are a couple of items I decided to leave behind. This first one is Free People, size 30, some white flared jeans that kind of had some embroidery. They were stained. And then I also had an item right here that was a Lucky brand sweater. It just was pretty basic, just a cute little knit, but I have so many of those, it wasn't too exciting, so I decided to leave it behind. And I have nothing against Lucky brand, and Free People is just always hit or miss. I usually don't pay too much for it, but I thought that those were kind of cute pants if they weren't stained. Here's another item that after closer inspection, it was just incredibly pilled. It's Sleeping on Snow, which is an Anthropologie brand. It's a little hard to see, but there was pilling all over. And to be honest, I just didn't want to do the work. So I was going to leave that behind. And I found so many Anthropologie sweaters and Free People sweaters. I just kind of felt like leaving a few behind wouldn't kill me. So So moving on to my second bag that's full, you'll see me inspecting this one for a while, and that's because it's a cashmere item. And if I've learned anything, cashmere almost always has holes for me. And this was an Everlane sweater. You'll see it in the haul at the end. But I just kind of wanted to make sure I gave it a few extra seconds of searching before I grabbed it. Here's another one I decided to leave behind. This was new with tags. I believe this was Banana Republic. I can't remember a size 10. It was a nice little sheath dress, but it just had a couple of pulls in the fabric, and I just didn't want to deal with it as far as listing it. Even for $3 and new with tags, I just decided to leave it behind. This dress was a brand I didn't recognize, Sinclair with an E on the end. I decided not to grab it because just the quality didn't look that great, and I didn't recognize the brand. And to be honest, it just looked a little boutique-y. I'm glad I passed on it. I wasn't looking at comps because I was filming at this moment, so I was just going with my gut on that one. But the comps don't look that great for the brand, so I'm glad I left it behind. So I decided to pass on this dress. It's just Gap, size large. I really like the style, but to be honest, my bags were full. And also someone did hit the camera, and then someone else came up to me and asked me if I was on YouTube. And so I was trying to talk and film and rush out of the store all at the same time. If you ever see me out, definitely feel free to give me a wave. I usually have headphones in, so I can't hear very well, but I'm going to check out, and I just thought I'd show you the regular prices. If you pause here, you can see what the structure is, but a little too high for me as a reseller, but it's a great thrift store chain in LA to shop for myself. All right, guys, we are back home. It's actually a few days after I left that thrift store, and I have everything photographed. I have almost everything listed, so everything will be listed before the time this video goes up. And I wanted to get this haul up before my 2 other thrift hauls that I'm working on upstairs. I wanted to get this posted first in case you are in the Los Angeles area and maybe you just want to run by this thrift store if you're in the Studio City area. I don't think they're going to have much left over. I know I overheard the guy saying they stopped taking donations like over a month before that day that I was there. So, but maybe for yourself or for a friend, just see if there's any good deals. But I am going to start with the item I'm wearing. I have already sold 4 items and they need to be shipped out today. And I'm also keeping this one item. And I also have an item here that might sell for over $150, which shocked me. This item that I am keeping, there are a few, like probably 5 items that I've always told myself if I find them out in the thrift store in my size, there's no way I'm selling it. And this is one of them. This is one of my favorite brands called American Giant. I have had 2 of these hoodies. They're American, they're made in the US. The company is based out of San Francisco, where I spent most of my adult life. These are the thicker, this is the hoodie that they had a 6-month waiting list for. And they are great on the resale market. I actually have another American Giant sweatshirt in here, a different style that sold in a day for $44. This one I probably would be able to get 75 to 100 because it's in good condition. It's a size large women's. And yeah, but I'm not getting rid of it. So there's some Lululemon leggings I'm keeping an eye out for, some jeans I'm keeping an eye out for in my size. And I was always keeping an eye out for this, and I found it finally, and it was $3. So that is epic. And everything else is being sold. All right, I'm gonna start with the item that the comps look like I should be able to get over $150 for. And I am shocked because from a brand perspective, I pass on this brand. And from a brand perspective, I will continue to pass on this brand pretty often, but the style in this really matters. So this is Citizens of Humanity, the C of H, you can see right there, size medium. This is a pair of overalls. And when I was doing, I picked them up in the store and I'm like, Citizens of Humanity, not sure, I don't have the best of luck with it. It is pretty expensive. I mean, these probably cost $200 to $250 is my guess on retail. But the resale value on a lot of the jeans isn't great for me or what I have found. So I thought, well, it's a little bit distressed on the front. They are a kind of cropped, distressed, slim leg. And I thought that's very trendy. It's kind of this darker blue, almost gray color. Let's see, I have it right here. I think this is called the Audrey overalls. And this color, I believe, what did I see? I can't remember the color. But one of these sold on eBay pre-owned for $215. One of them sold brand new with tags for $189 or something around there. One of these did sell for $65 on Poshmark, but there are quite a few listed over $200, and this is awesome. It's kind of a slimmer style. I actually think the stock photos are pretty awesome, but I am blown away. I spent $3 on this. I was kind of iffy about it in the thrift store because I haven't had much luck with the brand, but I went with my gut. I knew the style was trendy, and I'm really glad. I'm really glad that I did. So anyways, that's probably the highest value item I got. Don't worry, I got a few duds too, but I'm really excited about that. And I haven't even listed that. That was one of the last ones I photographed just because overalls are a little awkward to photograph. This is a vintage item, which I wasn't expecting to pick up any vintage, but it's new with tags. I feel like I've seen the brand before, but because it was new with tags and I saw the original price, I thought, well, let me give it a shot. Didn't look it up in the store. And it kind of has just spring summer vibes. I think this is a beautiful, if you're a wedding guest, it's a midi length. It's just got this lace overlay, absolutely stunning with the pastel colors. So the new with tag is Loehmann's, and the original price was $230. The Loehmann's price was $89.99. I can't see any flaws with it. This is the brand Casa de, and a lot of the stuff listed by this brand is under vintage. So I don't know if this would be considered dead stock, but I got it because it was just a cute style. Again, everything was $3. So this is a size small. And yeah, some of the comps for some of these are over 100. Not even new with tags, but just vintage, nice, nice dresses by this brand. I couldn't find this exact one, but I'm gonna aim a little high, just because, yeah, I think it's beautiful. I think it's very on trend with today, and it's new with tags. So anyways, I'm probably gonna aim high for this. I'm probably gonna start this at 149. With the overalls, you know, I'm probably gonna start like 199 and hope for about 150. With this, if I could get over 100, that would be awesome. So awesome. All right, this is a very tempting to keep, but I don't need it. It's Everlane, and this is a black cashmere turtleneck. So nothing too special other than it's soft and comfortable and a great basic. It's also a great length in my opinion. It's not super short like some turtlenecks or sweaters that I have found. So I like the size. Cashmere is great. Couldn't find any holes, which is shocking. And the comps for this are a little mixed, but I'm hoping even if I have to wait until fall, winter again, I'm happy to let this sit because we are going out of the season. I'm hoping for possibly 35 to 40 for this. This dress is a brand that I think I've only sold it once or twice, and I pass on it. If it's full price, if it's a dollar day, or if it's 50% off, or if I find it at the bins, I might pick it up if I like the style. But I remember seeing someone in my early days of reselling pick this up. It was either in a YouTube video or Instagram post. And I was just focused on, oh, if they are picking it up, it must be a good brand. And I remember picking it up and selling it, and I think I only got like $15 for whatever I think it was a top or something. And so I just got discouraged, which happens. But this is a dress. It's finders keepers. It doesn't feel like luxurious or anything. It's just kind of, I think, a trendy brand, but size large, which is great. It's a little black dress. It's kind of a fit and flare. It also has this bow that it's on the front and it's actually stitched on this side. So I'm just gonna leave that. But I personally would probably cut the stitching right there, which I think it's supposed to be cut maybe. I think that's just keeping it there for display, and probably turn the bow to the back. That's just me. But it is a little bit shorter on the sides, a little bit longer in the front, and like a couple inches longer in the back. So, you know, really trying to cover that bum. But size-wise, it's got a little bit of a cutout right on the back, and it's just a great little basic. So with this one, I'm hoping for 30 to 35, maybe 40. So again, for the price and for the size, I'm happy with it. All right, I actually got a pair of shoes. There were not many pairs of shoes, and I don't really ever find too many pairs of shoes in general. I feel like there's just all the shoe resellers that just grab everything, and I don't have much luck. But this is a pair of just really great basic boots. I love flat knee-high boots. I think they're just classic and timeless. These are Vera Wang, the lavender label. So actually one of the Gossip Girl items that I already sold was a lavender label Vera Wang dress. And that one I think sold for $150. It is one of her more expensive lines, not the most expensive, but it is good quality. Some people do really like the brand or the line, and these are not in perfect condition. There are some scuffs. It's just, you know, suede, and I'm not going to do any suede work. I'm not going to use my suede eraser or anything. I'm just going to sell them as is. These are a size 6. Yeah, a size 6, so a little bit smaller, but I really like the color. It's kind of a nice little taupe color and just a really comfortable pair of boots. So with those, I'm probably expecting about 35, maybe 40. My dog would like to come in. She is outside, but it's a nice day, so she's gonna stay outside. So if you hear any clawing, that's the sliding glass door. All right, I got a couple of men's items. This was a bust, and this one, well, they were $3, you know? This was a brand I saw right on my way to the register, and I quickly looked it up, didn't find this exact style, and just thought, it's $3, I'll give it a shot. After I got home and looked up comps, I'll probably only get about $15 for this, but it is a nice men's short sleeve shirt. It's got the rolled sleeve, it's got some texture, and I actually really like the style. I think it has a kind of a rounded hem, and then it has the brand right there. So I really liked it for style, but kind of probably one of the bad buys from the day. I only had a couple, but it happens, and I'm sure I'm still gonna sell it, and yeah. All right, this is Urban Outfitters. It was in the women's section of jackets, and I just picked it up because it was new with tags. I thought, oh, snakeskin, full zip, jacket, new with tags. Urban Outfitters is not my favorite thing to pick up, but I have sold it a number of times, and I'm just kind of realistic with, you know, what will I get for it. The retail price for this was $79. So in my mind, it was like, well, if I could get 30 bucks for this, if I paid $3, even after fees and cost of goods, it's still about $20 profit, which is great. This is actually a men's jacket, which I thought it was a little big, but anyways, so it's a men's size large, Urban Outfitters. I don't know if I showed that tag, but just their line. And yeah. All right. This is the other American Giant that sold. This sold in a day for full price of $44. This is a women's size large, so definitely the same buyer as this. I would keep this, but I feel like I knew it was gonna sell quickly. This is one of my favorite brands to sell. It's very unassuming, which is why I don't think a lot of people, they're usually just basics, and so I don't think people think much of it. But it is a really great quick flip for me for most of their stuff. The prices that I get for most of their stuff, you know, basic tee, you might only get 20 bucks, but like this sweatshirt right here, their original sweatshirt, you could probably get close to 100 if it was, you know, perfect condition type of thing. So, and they just sell quickly for me, which I think is really nice. But this is just, this is kind of one of their newer labels. And it's just a blue crew neck sweatshirt, $44 in a day. And it is in really great condition. Both of these were. So that's being shipped out today. I should have threw that over there. All right, here is, this did not sell yet, but it's adorable. It's a little Anthropologie moth, size large. And it's just a little wool blend. I like how the buttons are a little off center and the ruffled top. And I love this kind of rose color, and yeah, kind of a nice little spring item in my opinion. It is not oversized by any means, and there is some pilling that I need to do, a little depilling, and I did just note in the description that there's some light pilling, just kind of due to the material. But anyways, with that one, I'm probably only gonna get 20 to 25 because it's a large probably. This one sold, and this one sold for $29 in a day. This is the brand Cut Loose. This is kind of something I would consider one of my bread and butter brands. Some of their styles like this is more of a lag-in look style. And this is kind of a tunic, button front, linen blend, really pretty lavender blouse. Size XL, which is great. When I did get it under the light, which it's gonna be very hard to see, when I got it under the light, it looked like there may have been a faint spot. I don't know if you can see right here. But I just noted it, and it still sold in a day for $29. I priced at $34, and someone sent me an offer, or I sent a 20% off offer to Watcher on eBay. Someone accepted, and it was very quick. So anyways, I am very happy with that return. Between the 4 items I have sold, I've already recouped my money, which was just under, it was $97 for the 29 items. So that is great. Everything else that sells is profit, and I got my favorite sweatshirt along for the journey. So, all right, this is a Vince, kind of a boxy fit. It almost looks nautical, but it's a black and white. It kind of looks like a dark navy from this angle, but this is Vince, size small. Needs to be lint rolled, but yeah, just kind of square, boxy, but classic. And I'm hoping for maybe about 25 to 30 for this, depending on how long it sits. All right, this one sold as well, and this has a flaw or two. And this sold for full price of $29. I did price a little bit lower than what I could have gotten it for it because it's missing the belt and it has a faint spot. So this is Guinevere, size medium. This is an Anthropologie brand. This is a, I believe this has Angora. It's got some good materials. Nylon, rayon, wool, cotton, Angora, and cashmere are the materials. But this is a kimono style cardigan sweater. It's got this beautiful floral, kind of the oversized sleeves that are fairly typical of kimonos, but it is missing the belt. I did leave the belt loops on there because I feel like with this style, you could easily use a ribbon or another tie to use as a kind of belt. And because it's so oversized, I feel like that's needed. And I just noted it. But there also is a faint mark on the back somewhere, and I can't see it right now, but I saw it in the light and I just noted it. So anyways, it sold in a day for full price on eBay for $29. And so that's going on today as well. Almost or very similar to that, a slightly different size and style, but the same brand. So Guinevere. This is a size small. This is a much lighter weight. I think this is 100% cotton. This is absolutely beautiful. Just kind of a waterfall front, if you can see down here, and kind of looks like a watercolor design, but I think it's just cotton. This also had a little spot on the back. Not sure what they were doing, but I just noted it. Yeah, this one's very faint, if you can see right here. A little hard to see in this light, but anyways, so I started this at $29 as well because I still think it's adorable. I would wear it as is, and yeah. All right, I got a number of Free People items, which was this store. I've seen some very high-end designers. It's in a very nice part of LA. It's one of my favorite areas or streets of LA. And I didn't see any super high-end stuff. So this is kind of the leftover stuff after they ran a 50% off sale for a couple weeks. But there was still a lot of this, which is great. So this is Free People. This is size large, and this is just a turtleneck, sleeveless turtleneck that's just knit. And I actually think this is a really great spring item. So just basic, but I liked it. And for $3, I'm probably expecting about $25 for that. This one is also Free People. This is kind of a different vibe. Like I wouldn't, if I saw this on the hanger, I wouldn't pinpoint it to be Free People. I would actually kind of throw this under an avant-garde kind of vibe, and that's what I did put in the description or the title. But you can see these holes, and it does have this camisole underneath that's connected, and the shimmer here is kind of peeking out the back, and then it's also on the stretchy waist part. It looked adorable on the mannequin. This is a size extra small, just the regular Free People tag, but it fit great on the size 6 mannequin. So I think there's definitely a little bit of wiggle room on that. But there is a snag right back here, and I just noted it. And it actually kind of hangs where that part isn't really shown. So I thought it was really unusual for Free People. All right, this one I could do some work, and I'm not going to. I'm going to sell it as is. This is a duster cardigan by Free People. This is also a size large, and it's kind of a brown color with like a rose undertone. But this is just pilled. I don't know if you can see, that's under the arms, so that's always kind of a guilty place, but it's just got some pilling right here. And I thought about doing some work to it, and then I thought, no, I'm just gonna sell it as is, and someone else can kind of, if they get a good deal. I'm still expecting maybe $30 for this because it is, you know, these long duster cardigans that are kind of boho and are pretty desirable. So anyways, I don't know why I'm showing you this tag. It's got some alpaca in it, which is nice as well. So, and great size. So yeah, 30 is what I'm guessing for that. All right, this one already sold as well. And this one sold on Poshmark last night. So this is also going out today. This sold for $29. And so it sold for full price in a day. Oh man. So this doesn't have a size. I did say it would possibly be a size large, like it was the same owner. And it's very oversized, and yeah, but it's just got the metal Free People tag. It doesn't have a material tag either, that was cut out, but it's just a hooded cardigan, and it's got a little bit of the dolman sleeves. It's got a little bit of that cocoon cardigan vibe, and it's got a hood, like a really oversized hood, which I absolutely love. So this one sold very quickly. And again, between the 4 items that sold, I've already recouped the money, which is A-okay by me. All right, one more small bag. This brand I have only picked up once, and then I got a romper from Hope over at Racks to Riches. I can't remember which haul that was, but she sent me some bread that she can only get in her area of Indiana. And in that box of bread, which is odd, she sent me a few items, and she put a little cute note saying, if I'm going to send you bread, you need a little butter too. So she sent me 4 items. The Athleta dress already sold. I think that one sold for 20 or something right around there. And anyway, so I've got 3 other items that are already listed, but one of them was this Joseph rib cuff. And I know a number of people in that video. Hope, by the way, hi, thanks for the bread. Thanks for being my bread dealer. It's so odd. She's great. If you don't follow her, you should. Racks to Riches resale. But she sent me this romper. When I went to look up comps to list it, I was like, oh wow, I might be able to get $40 to $50 for this. Hope, you shouldn't have. And it was new with tags, and I think the retail price was over $200, which was crazy. So thank you, because when I saw this, I immediately had just looked up comps. I was like, oh, okay. And it's a really adorable style. Like, I'm in love with it. I really wish this were my size, because this is so up my alley. But it's got this really fun boho. It kind of has a 60s vibe. It's a shift dress. This is a faux leather panel. It's a size 2, unfortunately, but I absolutely love it. And then it's got the little cowl neck. So yeah, this one I am actually expecting. There's one similar to this listed, I believe, and that one was listed for like 60 maybe. So I'm actually gonna probably start this right at 49, hope for about 35 to 40. So, whoops. I actually just sold this brand for the first time, and it took me probably a year to sell, which I was really surprised. I obviously priced too high, and I sent out some really good offers. I've been sending out more offers recently because I just get lazy with it sometimes. I send offers on eBay, but I just get lazy with Poshmark, and I've sent some offers on some older items. If you sort just in and then you scroll to the bottom, you can actually kind of send offers kind of moving your way up. And so with some of my older stuff, I was sending 40 to 50% off offers in the last couple weeks. And I'll probably continue to do that because it's great to move some inventory that's older. And yeah, I have a lot of stuff. I've got 1,300 items, and I would love to get down to 1,000 items that are just maybe some better stuff, you know, kind of get rid of some of my bad buys from over 2 years ago. But this was a brand, Long Tall Sally. I had a skirt. It had a lot of interest, but it just didn't move. And finally, I think it sold for $20. This is a really adorable dress. It is a US size 12, and their whole style is to cater to taller women, hence the name. But I thought this was such a great, it's a kind of a, no, it is a wrap dress, but it's got this connected, so you don't have to worry about it. But it does have like that part right there, and then it's got the wrap top, if that makes sense. So anyways, I really liked this. It's got this really nice little buckle or accent, and yeah, good size, caters to taller women. And I'm expecting maybe 30 to 35 for that because it is a complete outfit, but we'll see. All right, this is Zara, and I have sold Zara a number of times. If I really like the item, I will pick it up, but it is not my favorite brand to sell. I see it a lot. Some of my small thrift stores will mark it up even, and I just think it's very saturated. But if I like the item and it's cheap enough, I'll take a chance. And this is the Zara woman line. This is a size large, and this is a very oversized tunic, which I think just screams spring. So yeah, it's a little bit of a high-low. So I think this would be a little too short to wear as a dress, but maybe someone would rock that. Anyways, yeah, I'm only probably expecting, you know, 20 to 25 at best for this. Again, I don't ever get a really great return. You can on Zara items, if you want to know some of the more popular ones that can bring in a decent amount, maybe some of the vlogger favorites or blogger favorites, or whatever you call them, you can sort Zara, tunic, like whatever items you're interested in picking up, and sort high to low on solds, and you can see a lot of the stuff that's going for really great money on Zara. For me, I don't really pay attention to that too much. If I am out and about and I see something and I like the style and it's cheap enough, I'll pick it up. So, all right, this is a beautiful blouse. I think it's a great career piece, and it's a silk blend. I think it's like 90% silk, but it has the little bow on the front. I believe that is, I think it's, the keyword is pussy bow on that one, but which is a very common vintage term. But this is Theory, size medium, and it's absolutely beautiful. The buttons down the front are hidden by this little flap, which I think is nice. And we all know how I feel about the color. So this one, I'm actually expecting, a couple of these solids with the bow have gone for 40 to 50. So I'm actually expecting 35 to 40 for this. Not all Theory pieces, I would expect that. I don't actually do all that well with Theory for everything. So I'm a little bit more nitpicky about when I pick it up. I have to really like it. All right, this one has a small flaw, but I've sold this brand a couple times. This was sometimes sold at Anthropologie, but it's just kind of a lime green boho top, 3/4 length sleeve. This is JP and Maddie. And I think I've sold this brand a couple dresses, and they sold very quickly for a decent amount of money. I thought this was adorable, but when I went to go take photos, it's almost like there are a couple little faint bleach spots. I don't know if you're gonna see them. It's fairly mild or mellow, but I still noted it, brought down the price. So I'm probably only gonna get, maybe 15 for this, 10 to 15 for this, depending on how long it sits. But I still think it's a really nice little spring summer top. Couple more items. This is a Madewell. I just listed this and I've already forgotten the style name. I think it's the tier sleeve sweater. I'm not sure. That's some of the words in the style name, but I thought it was adorable. It's black, but a lot of the black ones that are listed also have kind of this white, it's not speckled. It almost just like it, I don't know. Anyways, I really like it. The stock photos are cute. I don't use the stock photos, but it helps me visualize how this would look on someone. They do have this in different colors. And so if you like the style, the comps aren't really that high. So I'm probably only gonna get about 20, maybe 22 for this is my guess, but I still think it's cute and someone's gonna like it. This one I was so excited about. J. Crew is one of my favorite mall brands to pick up. I have great luck with it. Most of the J. Crew items that I pick up, which are very few, but when I do, I really like the piece, and they'll usually sell 25 to 35 for me. With the exception of my early days in reselling, I didn't really have an understanding of the brand, but I probably pass on it 95% of the time. But when I find some good J. Crew pieces, I'm so excited because there's just a lot of J. Crew fans, including myself, and this is one of them. It's got this beautiful, it's silk. It's got this beautiful little butterfly print. The color, it's just awesome. This probably may have been the same person that had the Theory blouse as well, because this is a size 6. And the Theory one was a medium, I think. Anyways, so I was really excited about this, and I looked at it for flaws, but I didn't spot it because it was a little wrinkled on the hanger. And you're probably not going to be able to easily see, but right here on both sides of the back, I almost feel like maybe it was rubbing against a bra strap, but on both sides, right here, and then, oh geez, the dog really wants to come in, and then over here, just basically a line from each other. It's a little bit, the silk is just a little bit see-through. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see. And it like rubbed on something. And again, I think it may have been a plastic part of the bra strap. So I just noted it. If this were in great condition, I probably would have hoped for about 25 to 30 because of the print, because of the material. But because of that, I might only get 15 to 20, hopefully 20, but I think it's absolutely adorable. I would wear it as is. And yeah, J. Crew is, I don't know. I would have a hard time saying it's my favorite mall brand, but it is definitely in my top 5 mall brands. All right, and this is a t-shirt. It's by Wild Fox. This is just a little graphic tee. I like the distressing. I like the V-neck. This just says number 9. I'm not sure if that means lucky number 9. I'm not sure what the symbolic aspect of that is, but I do like the style. This one I'm probably only gonna get about $20, but that's okay. This one had a minor, oh no, this was, yeah, there's two more after this. This I didn't notice until I was under the light that there is a little bit of armpit staining, but it's Eileen Fisher, it's linen, extra small. I really liked the color. I was quickly looking over things, but I didn't look at the armpits of this. It's not an area I typically look at, but it's very faint, like under the light up there, I could tell, but in this light, I can't really see it. So I'm gonna still try and sell it, maybe get about $15 for it, but I do like the color. It's a great spring summer piece. If it didn't have that, I'd probably hope for about 25. All right, this is a designer that I've never found. And even though it's a designer, it was probably one of the bad buys. I'd probably only get about $15, maybe $20 for this. But some of the stuff by this designer, you can send into the Real. You can get over $100 for if you resell it. So I think they're black slacks. I'm not surprised. And I was just moving so quickly that I did not bother to look up the item. I just quickly looked up the designer. So it's a little hard to read, but it's Katayone is the first part of the name, and then Adeli. Katayone Adeli. That's my attempt. Size 2, just black slacks. The material tag is worn, so but it feels just like, it smells like wool, especially when you steam it. It feels like wool, but they're just straight slim leg, black slacks. When I actually went to go list this, I was like, oh, I shouldn't have picked up, but that's okay. I'm gonna learn about this new designer, and next time when I see it, I will be better informed. So, and that's the way I learn, is just picking things up and trying to sell things for myself. All right, this one has a little spot, so I need to do a stain treatment. So this may be the only one that's not listed by the time this goes up. And I already have these pants listed. These ones seem a little bit bigger and it's the same size. So I'm gonna go back and pull my other pair and see if maybe those were dried and shrunk. But this is an Anthropologie brand 11Zs, pretty common one, size large. It's got elastic waist on the back, and then it does have the zipper and the button on the front. But it's just a pair of pants that has more of like a tapered, it's actually got a bow at the end. Really comfortable pair of pants. I'm not gonna lie, if I can't get the spot out, I might keep them. But here you go. It's very faint on this little white stripe. There's just a very faint yellow spot, like food dribble. When they were sitting down at a restaurant, dribbled some food and donated it. So there's actually two little spots right there. So I'm gonna see if I can get it out. If not, these might be something I run around in the house. I don't think I would wear this style out and about. I'm typically kind of a jeans and t-shirt type of person, but to work around the house, I'm always looking for kind of lightweight items like this. So if it's listed by the video, more than likely I got the spot out. If it's not listed, it's probably in my closet because I couldn't get it out, and it's a comfortable pair of pants. So that is it. I've got to go do my shipping now so I can get those items along with some other items shipped out today. And be sure to hit the thumbs up if you liked the part thrift with me, part haul. I was talking to Lori Tata, and she said, you know, I missed some of your thrift with me's. And the reason I haven't done them in such a long time was when stores started to reopen after COVID, our hours were shrunk. And because I really only go sourcing about 1 day a week and I have to drive quite a distance, I didn't want to waste time filming in the store. I just wanted to focus, pick up as much as I could, and stores were open again and I didn't know how long they were going to be open. And so I was kind of nervous, and that's why I haven't really gotten footage inside the stores anymore. But I will try to do more thrift with me's if you guys like them, especially if it's just a little bit of footage and I incorporate it with the haul. So let me know down below if you like this style, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.